Oh, goodness. What's going on out there, YouTube?
What's up out there, world? How's it going?
Man, I got the same old gosh darn sweater I had on yesterday. As y'all can tell, I've still been recuperating from everything that happened on Sunday and I'm doing a lot better. I appreciate all y'all's prayers and y'all's acknowledgments. First video actually back with Joe up here. So hopefully y'all enjoy this. We are back for a brand new TV show review for the hit show, Empire. Season 2 just started today. We did watch Gotham yesterday. We did watch Fear the Walking Dead at some point on Monday or Tuesday. I don't even remember anymore. But so the new episode. Lucious, at the end of the last episode, I guess it was the start of the hostile takeover with Cookie, Andre, and then Hakeem and Akia. What's her name? What is the girl's name?
Oh man, I forgot.
I forgot her name too.
It sounds
Boo Boo Kitty.
That sound right.
But either way, they basically, it all got pushed down to the forefront because the person that was kind of pressing Cookie, she basically pulled the information out about different stuff that was going on, but she used Vernon, who was killed by Andre in the last season, to get the information about him killing Bunky, right? And that's the reason why Lucious went to prison. But now Vernon is dead.
Yep.
There's no real witness to that. There's no substantial evidence keeping him there other than his escapades in between the ranks. But one big thing is that he left the Empire to Jamal. Now, what did you think about this episode, Joe?
What I thought about this episode, man, it went a different direction than what I thought it was. Reason being because, like, the entire build-up, you know, like the hostile takeover and everything like that, it went by really quick. Like the issues that in the previous season that led up to all these moments, like they resolved really quickly, and I didn't expect them, you know, to wrap that up so quick in one episode, you know. But there was a lot that happened in this episode. But yeah, this episode was wild though, man. There was a lot of shots fired and a lot of political, controversial content in this episode, to say the least. So yeah, man, even the start of this episode, bro, like there was dang, they had mentioned a lot of things like within this episode, like pretty much like they had like pretty much brought up the Black Lives Matter campaign, and some other shots were fired in this episode.
Yeah, they took a gospel artist such as Donnie McClurkin and talked negative connotations about him. I thought that was highly offensive, to be quite real.
I was like, dang. I was like, this show. I was like, wow.
I mean, it was not even just that. I mean, they went into the corruption side of somebody that is not Lucious line. Because in this episode, you see the unraveling of Jamal. Jamal, in and of himself, is bombarded with the fact that he can't even really be an artist and run the corporation. He can run the corporation. That's the reason why Lucious allowed him to do that. But he's also a puppet in the fact that everything that he was doing from the beginning of the first season to the point even now was to try to impress and get his dad's approval and appeal. And he has succeeded in that. But just like Lucious is an under-the-scathed person, all the problems and all the build-up that Joe was kind of describing, it failed into comparison what his true mission was, to create an animal, which was Jamal. You get to see Jamal completely unravel. The world that he's in, the money that he's pushing to people, and not just that, like because of his sexual orientation and his preference, it lies into a whole nother other facet of stuff that even Lucious wouldn't even have gone into. Like there was a scene where I guess he was trying to buy his ex-boyfriend And it wasn't even so much that the ex-boyfriend was not acknowledging that. It's just, it wasn't out of love. It was out of perversion. And it was out of this need for appeal because he had to have somebody, you know? And it's like, you just literally see in Jamal's eyes his disintegration as an individual, as an artist. And I mean, it was acted really well. It was acted very well. But it's like, it's hard for me to recommend somebody to look at this show looking at the content that's in it. Like, it's a lot of perversion, it's a lot of darkness. Even the new character that's gonna be eventually Aunt May, I forget her gosh darn name. But basically they were trying to use her in regards to the hostile takeover. And they thought they had her, you know, on their side, and they had no idea. And not just that, like, she prefers women. And like, they tried to use their sexual appeal as women to get her to do this and do that. And I mean, that was fruitless in and of itself too. And so, I mean, it's like, the show to me was grounded on the fact that you got this family that started as a family, and that no matter what, even after everything, they're going to end as a family. And that's still true in this concept. But then the other thing was the music. I love the music. There were so many songs in the first episode of the first season that I was drawn in. There was maybe 1-2 songs maybe. And it hasn't gotten started yet. I think it's going to get there. I really think it's going to get there. But it's strange that the only thing that I'm sitting here looking at that I'm actually really intrigued by, especially this episode, was Lucious. He was comfortable in prison. Like, he was like in complete control in prison. Not just physically, but like everyone around him not only had respect for him, but he had pull even on the outside. Like, if you saw some of the stuff that he did in this episode, it was just wild. And then you had a new addition to this, Chris Rock, that was Jump Chambers, that basically is the person that was kind of that Lucious and him were running for back in the day. And like, it's all been brought to a head that he now knows that Cookie like snitched. And how Lucious, no, not even just that, the interaction between Cookie and Lucious when they finally do see each other, it lays the foundation for what this show is really all about. That no matter what goes down, no matter how much evil is in between, corruption and stuff like that, she knows that she can not only trust Lucious to do something, but he knows that no matter what Cookie gets into, no matter if she's stabbing him in the back, his love for her transcends anything and everybody else, in addition to his family. And I mean, that's the only thing I can say that I value about this episode, is that that's still there. But as far as me recommending this season, given off of this first episode, I'm gonna have a hard time doing that. I mean, there's a lot of people that I know that really like the first season because of the content and the music and the family aspect, but it's a lot of perversion in this one, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's hard to get over, because there was moments I was like, dang, what am I looking at, you know? And it's entertaining because I know from the first season these characters and their build-up. But if you imagine a person that's never seen the show and all they had is just looking at this first episode, couldn't do it, man. Couldn't do it. It was really well acted.
They had
What?
The first scene, bro. I think like you was in the bathroom watch it, but oh my gosh, but the first scene, bro, when they threw that concert for Lucious, I was just like, I found that scene to be kind of, it rubbed me the wrong way. Well,
I mean, you gotta describe it for them.
Cause basically, like, describe it for you.
Yeah, of course, man. I did like Portia. I had to go boo boo. I mean, shoot.
But basically, I mean, what they was doing was like they had pretty much like a free Lucious concert or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to raise money. It was a means to an end.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I didn't like how they kind of touched on like Black Lives Matters campaign in association with that concert to appeal to like their crowd, like in the actual show, to appeal to like the crowd that was in the concert. Mm-hmm. And it was like, I felt like that was unnecessary. Reason being because, you know what I'm saying, in this episode, like, Lucious literally killed somebody. Whether or not they actually knew that, he literally killed somebody. So it's like, the concept that they're throwing is like fruitless, you know what I'm saying? And it's portraying like, it really takes the rut. But if you just watch this, it's like, it's kind of like weakening the argument or the movie of Black Lives Matters based off what they are projecting from that first scene. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So I didn't feel like they should necessarily have went there. I mean, there's quite a. I feel like this first episode they wanted to get controversial, and they wanted to, you know what I'm saying, like push these things like at the forefront. But I'm just like, I don't know.
I mean, you gotta ease me in, y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, you know, it's one thing if it's like in between and kind of like sprinkled in, you know? Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, you already showed me the first season. I know how messed up and warped and sinful this whole situation can be, you know? But you gonna sit there and just like dump me in it, you know? Like, I came out of the episode feeling dirty. Like, I might have to go. Anyway. All I can say is that it was acted well, it was executed well. The downward spiral of Jamal, it was done really well. I just can't be for it. Like I, me personally, and even my lifestyle and stuff like that, I just can't be with that. You know what I'm saying? But that's real. I mean, stuff like that really, I can imagine does happen, especially in the entertainment industry, and it's interesting to see like it literally unfold in front of our eyes over the course of 2 seasons. So as far as the rating is concerned, man, it sucks because I don't want to put my personal influence on my rating as a critic, but at the same time, I'm looking at it as a viewer in the perspective of everybody watching it. I'm thinking a 7.5. I want to give it what the actors are putting to it, because there's some really special scenes, especially this one scene between Jamal and Cookie towards the end. Man, it's acted so well, and it's so controversial, so messed up, but it's meat there, you know? There's a scene between, like I said, Cookie and Lucious. It was meat there, you know? Even like when Hakeem is like at the forefront in front of his brother, and they're at the seat and looking at stuff. Like, it's really great scenes. It's just too warped for me at this point. I think it's gonna get better. I think it's gonna settle down. It's weird. I want Lucious back. I feel like some of the stuff that's going on. I don't know. We'll see. I give it a 7.5. I know that's bad. I'm sorry. I want to give it like an 8.5, but I can't be for it. I think that's the real issue. But if you want to go as like a cynic and just me as a critic, it was executed well, as it would give an 8.5. But for me, I give it 7.5. That's what I'll say. What about you?
This episode I have to give like, if I'm just rating it from like, as an episode, as far as like plot, I rate it maybe a 7. Overall, a 7 or a 6. Probably a 6. Reason being, because like, I don't know, like, before, I feel like they added drama that I necessarily didn't really understand. Like, pretty much like between Jamal and Cookie. Like,
well, he's mad because he betrayed the person that he's trying to impress. Like, that's his world was been around to. He almost killed what's the name for his dad. Even at the end of the episode, like he had finally got his dad. You know what I'm saying? They were connected. And at that moment, at the end, he got sent to prison. And he looked at it like Cookie did it.
I mean, it...
You know what I'm saying? So he's been in power for 3 months.
Not only that, but it felt rushed. To me, this episode felt rushed. It felt rushed to me, and I feel like they added things in there like that wasn't necessary. Like that whole drama between Jamal and Cookie. I don't think at this point, it should be that serious. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. Jamal's messed up, dude.
I mean, I realize
if you really want to go on it on the spiritual level, I mean, like being around vipers and stuff like that and having control like that, I mean, it's mind altering. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
I'm just saying that, like.
But what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? Like, he already knew from the jump that his parents are beefing. Like, that's normal.
But now
that's normal to them.
He has control of an empire. He has complete control over it. No matter if his dad is still dead, like, he can do what he wants. Like, he has unlimited resources.
But what I'm saying is, right? What I'm saying is, given the situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both of them, all their lives were in danger, right? Right? And then they were just like, all right, everybody get out of my house. Like, what was the point of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see his motive behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, okay, we're going to have Jamal do this at this moment just because for the sake of drama.
Well, no, like, okay, you remember when they did the hostile takeover and they tried to do it and then it got squished.
Yeah.
Jamal never asserted himself at that point, okay? He never really did it. What he wanted, even his dad was like, oh, it's game over. By doing that, that shows that, like his dad, he's showing his assertiveness. That's something that Lucious would have done. Even after everything was done, like, man, get the heck up out of here. He would do that. And that shows his force, his power. It's not anything necessarily to do with the timing or whatever. At the point he didn't really care. He's like, oh yeah, I ain't forgot about that. Get out. That's what that was really all about, in my opinion. I just don't. I mean, I don't represent it, but it was executed me really well. Anyway, so you gave it a 6. I gave it a 7.5. Hope y'all enjoyed our review. It kind of we had like a back and forth with that one. That was pretty cool. But
I don't know. I felt like I was giving my opinion. I was kind of.
Oh, okay. Now we're having a cooking moment.
I'm just saying. I was giving my opinion, man. It's okay. Thanks. Just sharing my opinions. Just don't talk a lot.
Oh no! I'm sorry, Joe.
Sorry. What do you guys?
This is what this show does.
What do you guys think?
The show adds division.
Please leave your comments. What you thought about this episode down below. Holler back at your boys and you know what I'm saying, catch us out on the next review.
Yeah, we about to review Gotham. So hope y'all enjoyed this. Leave a like if you did. Y'all stay blessed. JVS, we out. We ain't reviewing another episode. Get this joint. What you talking about? It's too controversial. We ain't fighting no more.
I'm just saying.